Hello, this is Zeus of Toy Olympus, and in this video, let's take a look at the premium Bandai Shokugan modeling project Voltes V V-Together set released in January this year. This video won't focus only on that though, because I'll also compare it to the mini-action Voltes V set released 5 years ago to see which one is better, at least in my opinion. Of course, you can disagree or share your thoughts in the comments section below. While you're at it, why not consider subscribing to the channel as well? I have other toys to talk about in the future, so click the notification bell to be updated on new videos. Voltes V is a mecha anime that first aired in Japan in June 1977. It features the titular robot made up of 5 vehicles facing off against the threats of the Boazanian Empire, whose aim is to invade Earth. It is part of the Robot Romance trilogy along with Combattler 5 and Daimos, all of which were known for more complex plots than their contemporaries. In my current day job, I am working with Japanese professionals, most of whom have never seen or heard of this show. But in the Philippines, it's considered one of the most recognizable anime for many reasons, from its music to the mecha itself. This anime was even banned in the country during the late 70s due to its violence. But that didn't stop it from being a cultural icon among Filipinos. There's even an adaptation of this series just last year called Voltes V Legacy, featuring Filipino actors, including Martin Del Rosario, who played Prince Zardos, who I met in person in a movie premiere in 2019. By the way, let me know in the comments where you're from and if you also remember watching this show back then. Just like many other mecha series from Japan, Voltes V has its share of many figures, from die-cast figures to art toys. One notable toy iteration of this robot is the one released by Action Toys, a third-party toy manufacturer. It was an affordable version of the toy back in 2019. Unfortunately, those who weren't able to get it at that time would have to pay a lot in the secondary market today to get this fully combinable and posable version of the toy. But not anymore! With the release of the SMP Voltes V set, getting a Voltes V figure this year won't be that hard. But, is it worth it? Let's find out. The P-Bandai version is inspired by previous die-cast Voltes V toys, hence the color choices. It also has additional weapons and accessories. The regular version has the anime color scheme with white and clear light blue parts instead of metallic gray and clear yellow, and has fewer accessories. Now, here's the packaging. The box art features images of Voltes V and its components in the front, with design elements reminiscent of the box design for the deluxe Soul of Shokugan Vault-In Box Voltes V. My god, the names are so long. The sides in the back feature all parts included in the set as well as the battle tank mode. The model featured in the front has stickers, but I opted to paint the parts instead. There are 21 sprues from A to U, with some parts having solid colors. Sprues L and T are transparent. Meanwhile, the blue parts have a sort of a pearlescent effect, and unlike the regular version, this kit has metallic gray parts instead of white like in the anime. The silver parts for the weapons are painted, so I recommend carefully cutting them from the sprues with a cutter or nipper. The number of sprues can be intimidating, so I guess I have to give 1 point to the mini-action version since it's ready-made for you if you can't be bothered to build the model kit. This model kit includes 5 components of Voltes V. But before I continue, if you want to see how I assemble the kit, you can watch this video first. First up is the Vault Cruiser, piloted by Steve Armstrong, the Voltes V's team leader. Voltes V's face can be hidden like this, and there are 2 option parts for the sides of the head, red and white with missile heads. This jet has a separate piece to emulate the Vault Cruiser's landing wheels. The second one is the Vault Bomber, piloted by Mark Gordon, the cool and serious loner. This vehicle has landing wheels that you can tuck under the cockpit and behind Voltes V's shoulders. There are pegs to connect the arms on Vault Bomber's body to lock them in place. The third one is the Vault Panzer, piloted by Big John, the strong middle child of the Armstrong siblings. This tank comes with movable shovels at Voltes V's upper back. It also comes with replaceable joints to extend the tank wheel connectors for the battle tank mode and a cover for the back. You can also remove the M on Voltes V's chest. There's a separate peg to align the tank wheels as well. The fourth vehicle is the Vault Frigate, piloted by Little John, the smart kid and the youngest member of the Armstrong family. It comes with landing wheels that you can hide under Voltes V's crotch and behind the connectors for Vault Lander. There's a separate peg to help align Voltes V's legs as well. You can remove Voltes V's belt as well. Also, you can slide the missiles on the wings forward and back. Finally, we have the Vault Lander, piloted by Jamie, the only female member of the team. You can replace the front piece on each foot with this piece with the lander drills. Both the SMP and Action Toys versions have separate components that can be combined. However, I have to give 1 point to this kit due to all vehicles' extra features. By the way, all 5 vehicles either have peg holes under them or separate pieces for flight stands, especially if you want to do the V formation before they vault in. Oh, speaking of... Here's the finished Voltes V build. I opted not to use stickers for this, and since the stickers have no intricate details, I just used acrylic paint markers instead. When fully assembled, this figure measures around 19 centimeters or 7.5 inches in height. Of course, both figures get 1 point each since all vehicles can combine seamlessly. For the accessories, we get 4 pairs of hands, including closed fists, gripping hands, open hands, and slightly open hands with peg holes, as well as extensions to allow the wrists to curve inward. Of course, Voltes V is not Voltes V without the laser sword or Tenkuken! It has 2 types of handles, one of which has a peg for the slightly open hands. Unlike the regular version, this kit includes weapons like the electromagnetic whip, the Voltes bazooka, and the Gatling missile. Also included are the mechanical eagle that you can equip to Voltes V and Octo 1, Little John's robot companion. All of them need assembly though. Still, I think these accessories make getting the P-Bandai version worth it. So I'll give this kit another point. This model kit boasts creatively engineered articulations both for the vehicle transformations and their combined form. Volt Cruiser has a ball joint for the socket at the back of Volt Bomber in its vehicle mode. The hinge and swivel joints at the back of Voltes V's head allow for a better range of motion. Volt Bomber has 4 hinge joints and 1 swivel joint for each shoulder to allow you to position the arm in many angles. Each arm has a bicep swivel and a double hinge elbow joint, which is extendable for a reason. More on that later. Each wrist has a socket for the ball-jointed hands. Vault Panzer has a swivel joint on the torso and a hinge joint that can only bend forward. Each set of tank wheels has a swivel that can be lifted like this and a hinge to move the wheels this way to accommodate Mechanical Falcon at Voltes V's back. Vault Frigate has hinge joints that allow each hip to bend backward, sideways, and forward, and a swivel joint to rotate the thigh. Each knee has double hinge joints as well. Just make sure to adjust the missiles in the wings for the knee bend. Finally, Vault Lander only has hinge joints that can go backward and sideways. That's it! Honestly, I prefer the articulations in this kit to those in the mini action version. The joints can still hold most poses even after I played with the figure for a while. Although mini action's ball joints in the thighs and ankles allow easier posability, considering the plastic used, it could get loose eventually, I can make copy. So, that gives this kit 4 points. An extra feature of this model kit is its battle tank mode. And here's how to transform it. This battle tank mode never appeared in the original series. Rather, it was just an additional feature for die-cast Voltes V toys back then. So, I don't see the point of having it. But, the set has this mode in case you like to transform it like this. Regardless, because of this additional feature, I'll give this kit a total of 5 points. For size comparison, here's the model with the Mini Action Voltes V. As you can see, Mini Action is much shorter and about the same size as some HG Gunpla models. I find the SMP version too big compared to SMP Daisugen among other robot figures. But, scaling down the figure would lead to some limitations, so I guess it makes sense for it to be this big. For me, in this context, size doesn't matter, but performance does. Giggity! So, I won't give a point to any of the two in that regard. Here are my final thoughts. For some people, building a model kit like this can be tiresome. Trust me, I know. It was worth it though, so no complaints here. I applaud the engineering that went with the creation of this model kit. It rivals the Mini Action in terms of articulations, and it's a good alternative for the Soul of Shokugan version. If you don't need the additional stuff, then the more affordable anime version would be enough for you. Anyway, that's it. What do you think about this model kit? Let me know in the comments below. To be honest, I still have plenty of backlogs and catching up is hard, especially since I have a day job. I live alone and I make these videos on my own. But I'll try my best and I hope you keep tuning in for more videos like this. For now, thank you for watching and see you on the next one.